Hey guys, what's up? Green Machine Sam back with another video, and today we are in the college football playoffs in Marshall Dynasty. We went 13-0 and 8-0 in conference play. The 13-0, of course, is counting the conference championship where we did beat Troy. Now, we are standing against a very big test in Texas. They are ranked number 6. We are ranked number 11th. This is how the CFP bracket is currently looking. I don't know if the bracket does change. I don't know if it's like the NBA or like the NFL where like the bracket is already set, or if it's more the lowest tier goes against the highest tier once they win. I don't think it's like that. I think once the bracket's kind of set, it's kind of set. So I think we would go take on Miami. I'm not 100% sure about that. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I haven't played a whole ton where I'm making it into the college football playoffs / I have to play this first game. So this is going to be a big test for us, right? We were kind of hoping before the conference championship and stuff that Penn State would stay at 3, because then it would kind of be like, hey, if we get into the playoffs, we could look towards having another game against Penn State. You know, we delivered them their one loss on the season. If we could get the chance to play them again, I feel like we would have a good chance against them. But instead, we will be taking on Texas, of course. Award winners, I don't know if these have technically been announced yet. I would assume so. I don't think we're going to have anybody on really any of the list, let alone, you know, I mean, we were 4 in Bear Bryant, so the Coach of the Year award. Jack Fox isn't going to be there for quarterbacks. Chris Holmes actually makes the list at 12 for the Chuck Bednarik award. Jesus fucking Christ. He also makes the Bronco, and he also makes the Paycom Jim Thorpe award. A.J. Turner is 6th on the Doak Walker award. The Bolitnikoff, yeah, I figured we weren't going to have anybody there. Lombardi, Sebastian Harsh, and Nnamdi are both there. So having good seasons for them, and they end up at least on the list, so they were at least getting, you know, votes and stuff. Sebastian Harsh at 6 for Edge Rusher of the Year award. No offensive lineman. Toby Payne not there for the tight end group. Broles award. UTEP beat both of our coordinators out. I don't know how that would work since we were a better team than them this year, but I guess that's how that's going to work. Not really. Darren Proctor, as a freshman, is 10th for the Lou Gorzo Award, which is really nice. Don't really see anybody else. I don't expect us to have anybody really else. It's not that important. I don't think we won any of them, so it's not that big of a deal at this point. You know, if we won them, then it would be a big deal, but receiving votes for some of our good players is a good sign, as that does show that we are improving and becoming a better overall team as well. Just being 100% honest about that one. Looking at the season stats, just in case this is our last game of the season. A.J. Fox played in 10 games. He completed 168 of his 262 pass attempts for just 64 completion percentage. Need to get that higher going into next year. 18 passing touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So he's doing pretty good there. Throwing, he's at a 2-to-1 ratio at least. Jaquay Long, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Like I said, the reason why we benched Jaquay Long was he had weird inaccuracy issues where anytime he missed by a mile. It wasn't like he was like kind of leading them and it just got away from him a little bit and like the receiver couldn't come down with it. Like I'm talking when he would throw, it would be high and the receiver would just be out of the fucking play. As well as, I don't know, it just didn't feel as good with Jaquay. Nothing against him as a person in real life, but it just wasn't working. And then he always seemed to throw the ball in a spot where it felt like it would slow the receiver down and like we wouldn't be able to run after the catch with him. That's the main reason why we decided to make the change. A.J. Turner, 178 carries, 1,104 yards, 15 touchdowns, 84 yards a game, 6.2 yards per carry average, 20-plus or more yards runs, no fumbles, long of 60, 407 snaps on the season gets it done for him. Joshawn Barbie, 102 carries, 469 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, and 5 touchdowns. Anthony Quinn, 89 carries for 387, 4.3, and 11 touchdowns. So the slower backs just not really able to get it done as much. Granted, 4 yards per carry is still very good, right? Every 3 plays, you're going to get a first down if you run well with them and average that 4 yards a carry. A.J. Fox, 30 carries, 160 yards, 5.3 yards per carry, and 5 touchdowns. That's even better considering that college football does take sacks into rushing categories. So I actually very, very much like that. That's a good season from our quarterback. 30 attempts, 160 yards. Not bad. Lacey, White, West, and Turner all get involved with a couple carries of their own. Nothing too crazy there, though. Ben Turner, 65 receptions, 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. Really not bad for what he is and what I was expecting out of this receiving core. DeMarcus Lacey, 34 catches for 526 yards, 3 touchdowns. Toby Payne looking go to the NFL, 49 catches, 473 yards, 2 touchdowns. I just don't think we utilized him enough. In college football, it just doesn't feel like the tight ends are as explosive as you would hope. They're more safety valves more than anything, especially considering how well I use my tight ends at the NFL level. I think that's kind of what we expected from him. 26 catches, 408 yards, and 4 touchdowns from Naheem Hughes. Another senior going to be leaving us. So our top 4 receivers going into the next year. Well, top 5 receivers going into the next. Top 6 receivers going into the next year will all not be on the team. So we're going to be losing a lot of production. Sharon White's going to have to be a guy that hopefully can step up and even develop even more going into next season. 9 catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. McGrew, another guy that had some decent receptions here and there, 6 for 58 and a touchdown. Quincy Irving, believe it or not, in the first season when I was actually playing the games and actually using the players, he actually played pretty well for us. But just don't really have a whole ton of need for backup tight ends. He wasn't the greatest catcher either. Didn't have a whole ton of speed. Was hard to get him the ball. So 2 for 24 and a touchdown for him. Anthony Quinn got some receptions. Tracy Stevens got some receptions. And then West also got one in there with one of the red shirt backs that we did end up using for a little bit, as I'm pretty sure we were down to 1 running back at that point in that game. Sacks, Mawai gives up 3. Ellis gives up 2. So the left guard and center combo give up the most. I don't know if this is particularly tracking correctly. Roski and Riggs each give up 1. And then Ramil gives up 0. I highly doubt that. Cam Pringle, I know, gave up 1. So kind of tough to grade all that. I don't know if sacks will be on Jack Fox. It says 14 on the year, and I think it only has 7 listed. So do we really think half the sacks were unaccounted for on play action because nobody blocked them? I don't really think so, but I could be wrong in that situation as well. But as of right now, that's how it turned out to be. Falk and Pringle, I would assume, gave up 1 at some point. I know Riggs and Roski probably gave up more than what they did as well, but still not bad season. 109 total tackles for Chasson Clark, 82 for Harris, 80 for Kershaw, 74 for Kareem. So the guys that you expect, right? The safeties, and then of course the 2 starting backers ended up getting it done. Tackles for loss, 28 for Namdi, 27 for Harsh, 21 for Clayton, 15 for Clark, Harris, 12 for Holmes, 11 for Ward. Ward, actually surprisingly good season considering how much we ran out nickel. I know, in that middle chunk of games, probably after the Penn State game till about, our 10th victory or so, we were running a lot of 4-3, so he was on the field plenty as well. But still, considering he had 16 total tackles and 11 of them were for loss. Now, granted, it was only 1.5 that weren't sacks, I would assume, because I think it counts TFLs as both a sack and a TFL. I don't know if that's how it is at every level, but still, Sebastian Harsh finishes with 15.5 sacks, so he was finishing with just over 1 a game so far, which is very nice. Namdi kind of slowed off in the second half of the season, only 12. Clayton with 11.5, Ward with 9.5, Robinson Curry with 7, and Weiss with 5, Clark with 4.5, and then a couple other guys got involved in a couple sacks here and there. Interceptions, 4 for Kareem, 3 for Chris Holmes, 1 for Clark, Harris, Kershaw, Lutmer, Jules, Clark Glover, and Jeter. So all not bad. I don't think we had a single defensive touchdown. Deflections, Holmes had 11, 8 for Lutmer, 5 for Kareem, 4 for Harris, Kershaw, and Jules. A couple more scattered in there as well. Forced fumbles, we had 3 from Kareem, 1 from Harsh, 1 from Ward, and we recovered 4 of them, so not bad. Safeties, we had 1 of them for Clark. Blocked kicks, none. So not a crazy terrible season from the defense. I think the pass rush did better than expected, but it seemed like they kind of beat up on certain teams more than others. I think when we went against good offensive lines, it didn't feel like their production and their pressure was felt as much. Darren Proctor, 18 for 21 on field goals, 39 for 39 on extra points. I think all of his misses came... So 2 of his misses came from 40 to 49 yards, and 1 of his misses came from 50. So very, very good season for him. I'm just going to be 100% honest with that. Very, very good season. I really do appreciate that. I will... Hopefully he continues to progress. Pat Sizemore wasn't asked to punt a whole ton. 20 punts for 763 yards. Not a great net average. We need to get that up a little bit. But it seemed like we weren't really punting in certain situations a whole ton, as well as our guys were just able to get it done. No kick, no punt return. Lacey, I could have swore Lacey had a fucking punt return. Did he not? Did he get tackled down short? He might have. But I honestly think we had a very good season. Of course, going 13-0 and I think the stats show that. I think we still have a lot of improvement to go over into the next season, and as we're bringing in more and more guys that I think that can help out the team right away, both from the transfer portal and the recruiting process, we should be in a good situation. But now and I guess we'll look at a couple more things. National Signing Day, we did get Mosley to sign in the last week. George O'Keefe as well signs, and then Deontay Wade. So we do get those 3 guys. We get 2 D tackles at 4 stars and another 3-star guard coming in. So we do have a couple guys we do have a decent chunk of guys already locked up. We have, 12 guys already locked up heading into the playoffs. We're going to lose out on a couple of these guys that we didn't really go after, but a lot of the guys that we are going after, hopefully we can lock up over the next couple weeks heading into the transfer portal. But as of right now, we do have Texas in front of us. View job offers. It's not going to be anything crazy. It never is. Offensive coordinators to some decent schools, right, to Clemson, Georgia Tech as well. Head coaching offer to Minnesota, and then offensive coordinator role at West Virginia. I do want to see all openings. So Georgia Tech, they offered the head coach. They were the only ones to offer, I'm pretty sure, right? Is that what they... No, they only offered OC. So somehow they don't have a head coach, but they're not offering me that. They would rather just bring me in as a coordinator, which is kind of weird. UCF has a head coaching opening. So does Illinois. Michigan has a head coaching opening. They do not want us, though. Minnesota offered us, I think, the head coaching job or the offensive coordinator job. The head coach job, that's the only one we got, actually. So that's kind of odd. Nebraska has an opening, New Mexico State, Ohio, and then Stanford, USC, Washington. It doesn't seem like a whole ton of great opportunities. Granted, none of the schools are really interested in us all that much. So it does kind of feel disrespectful, right? You take Marshall to 13-0, 8-0 in conference play, and nobody really wants you. That's kind of why we're going to move up into a different conference, hopefully create a decent conference, hopefully create a better experience for us, so we do get a little bit more respect, because I know I haven't looked at it quite since we simmed, but I know that for top 25, the media was still disrespecting us, if I remember correctly. So yeah, media still has us ranked as 16. They dropped us 1 spot. That's fucking wild. And considering the fact that they have Indiana, I understand they're playing in a bigger division, a much tougher division in the Big Ten, and then Duke playing in the ACC. There are teams in here that have the same overall as us, so it's kind of disrespectful. They're playing in tougher competitions. The coaches do have us at 8, and then CFB has us at 13, but we do end up making the playoffs. We end up actually jumping a couple teams here and there, but still very, very good. I think that's pretty impressive for our second season. Now we just got to go finish the job, really, at this point. Granted, it's Marshall Dynasty, so we weren't going to take another job offer anyway. Fuck the media. Fuck everybody. We got to go play Texas. By the way, if I ended the last episode how I ended it, this fucking opening's wild. Not really for the sense of like how I opened it, but if I ended the last episode, because I haven't edited it yet, that's kind of wild how I opened it. But let's get into the game. Let's get it on with Texas. 92 overall. I'm going to get fucking my shit kicked. So yeah, and unfortunately with it being the first round of the playoffs, we do play at their home stadium, which is very unfortunate considering they are the higher seed. So not only are they getting the benefit of them just being a better team more than likely, but they're also getting the benefit of playing at home. We're going to rock the white and blacks to kind of offset the colors. Didn't want to go with just the normal white and green. I wanted a little bit bigger of a difference. So we're taking on Arch Manning, it looks like. It looks like he didn't go to the NFL last season, so we're going to have to play him, unfortunately. He's probably going to be a super high overall, and we have to kick off first. Something that I don't like fucking doing, because I like giving my offense the chance to go down and make a statement immediately and kind of push momentum in our direction. But they will receive the first kickoff. We do tackle them down at the 13, so they will have a long field ahead of them. And yeah, this is gonna be a tough game. We're gonna have to really fucking try and sweat our ass off. We cannot turn the ball over. It's as simple as that, and defense needs to get off the field. We cannot have a game like Troy where we were not getting off the field. The amount of stars they have on the field as well is just fucking wild. They got probably speed fucking everywhere. We do stop him on first down. I need to check and make sure this is on Heisman before we go any fucking further. It should be on 50-50 sliders as well. I don't know if there's a way to check that at this point, but it should be on 50-50 sliders as well. So this is legit. This is legit. We have to fucking play the best fucking football we've ever played to even stand a chance. And even that might not be enough just because of how good they are. Jesus Christ, Lutmer's already getting fucking targeted. They're like, hey, that white boy's out there. Go fucking throw it at him. First and 10 now at the 27 after a first down pickup by the Texas Longhorns offense on a slant route. First and 10, they're going to go outside zone here. Kareem or Lutmer needs to make the stop. Lutmer there to slow him down. CJ Baxter and Holmes will come up. No, and Kareem will come up and finish him off. Going to stay in this 4-3 a lot today as well. It's worked well for us in the past. Dump off to the tight end. That's 2 yards there. 3rd and 8. If we can get off the field here, there should be some fucking momentum. There should be some hype on our sideline. And we should have a good chance of... that ball's knocked out. Lutmer. They try to target the white boy again, and he's there. Let's fucking go, Lutmer. Lutmer was like, you already fucking ran this slant at me once. I'm not letting you fucking pick up another first down on this shit. DeMarcus Lacey back to return, and he will have it up to the 43 inside our own territory. Yeah, their left tackle, I'm pretty sure, said he was like a 99. So, yeah. Our best player is A.J. Turner, and at a 90. So, and then our left tackle is overall good, but how well will he hold up against this Texas defensive front? Turner, big run there. Starting off the game hot. Up to the 45 he goes. And we will continue to look for him all day. If we got to run that fucker into the ground, we will. I don't know how much I trust Anthony Quinn and Joshawn Barbie today just because of their speed issues. But we're going to have to trust them at some point. Just how early do we want to trust them is the big thing, and on what situations. 2nd and 6. I have not been missing this stadium pulse bullshit, by the way. Playing in the fucking Sun Belt, we do not have to worry about this. I'm gonna go jump off a bridge. Our left tackle and our center on the same play get injured. Jesus fucking Christ. 3rd and 1. Barbie in now. Just get enough of a push, please. Barbie getting chased down, but he picks up the first. Up to the 26. We're in field goal range now at this point. That's all that matters. We're in field goal range. We have not asked Fox to throw a ball, and we are just going... And Quinn now in. Okay, the CPU decided that they're going to manage it. 2nd and 10 now. Quinn, nowhere to run there. Going to go PAFL stretch. I'm sorry, but Falk's just going to need to come in. I can't risk you being out longer if we do end up winning this game. I tried to steer him upfield, but I guess I was holding X for too long to make sure he caught that one. That it was just like, hey, you're not going to run up the field. So Anthony Quinn in. Guy that we've had success with. And he's going to get down to the 5. Anthony Quinn. Cam Pringle's now down. Dog, what? Tariq Montgomery's going to have to come into the fucking game. A 72 overall right tackle. Jesus Christ. Just put this ball into the fucking end zone at this point. Anthony Quinn, stiff arms 1, down to the 4. Jesus Christ. This is not going the way we expected it. 2nd and goal at the 4. Halfback stretch left. Quinn. No yards gained there. 3rd and goal. I'm going to throw a slip screen. Fuck it. Let this defense really come. Barbie's going to get it here. He's back in. And he's going to get tracked down at the 10. That is not how we wanted that play to go. Oh my god. And I can't even, like, move my fucking stick right now. I legitimately am having a hard time keeping my stick even somewhat steady. And Proctor puts it up and through, so he continues his good success on the season. And will increase his field goal accuracy up from an 85 up to whatever the fuck it is now. 3-0. We scored first, pussies. We win. Get fucked, Texas. Look at all of our fans fitting into fucking 3 sections up there. They couldn't even afford fucking lower bowl seats. They're all the way up in the corner. We don't even get a look at them when we're driving. They're just up in the corner behind us. 1st and 10 at the 17. I'm sending pressure. Arch, are you like Eli? No. 1st and 10 up to the 29. Hitting their tight end there. So 1st and 10 at the 29, 2:37. I don't even think it's going to come down to can we stop them all game. I think it's going to come down to can we score more points by the time the end of the game comes around. Can we just outpace them? 2nd and 4. This set of downs is kind of already cooked, so it's more just not letting up a big play, I feel like. 2nd and 4 would be really hard to stop them on 3rd and 4. They're going to jet motion here. The running back, C.J. Baxter, stopped in the backfield. 3rd and 5 now. Jalen Marshall coming up with the tackle. And Baxter's feeling it. I mean, most of these guys at this point, especially some of these guys inside the trenches, are going to be feeling it at this point, and we're going to see a lot of substitutions because of wear and tear. So it's going to be more about can the backups who have to come in and play well enough. Tackle down there. Yeah, Arch Manning 5 for 6 for 44 yards. A.J. Fox 2 for 2 for -3 yards. Longest pass of 3 yards. What a difference at quarterback. 1st and 10 at the 42. They're going to no, the play action. I got fooled even. Holmes can't come up with the tackle. Their tight end might be as shifty as our best receiver. Jack Endries. Endries? Something like that. Going to hop on Harris. 1st and 10 at the 40. Man coverage. And they got a deep ball. And Clark Glover's going to have to come up with the tackle. Yeah, we don't got speed out there, by the way. You could fucking run streaks all day and you're probably going to win. 3-0. We won the 1st quarter. Let's fucking go, guys. Let's fucking go. You know, in real life, this would make for a huge opportunity for Marshall. As long as they didn't get blown out, I feel like a lot of guys would be like calling up the Marshall coach that maybe had already talked to the Marshall coach at some point, being like, hey, I saw what you did. Y'all made the playoffs. You went 13-0. You went against Texas and you put up a good fight. Let me come there. Let me be the difference maker. Now, granted, of course, that would also, you know, include if Marshall has enough money in the NIL fund as well. Not going to say that it would strictly be based off of how well we did. Braden Ward's now down. Brother, you don't even play half the snaps. How are you fucking injured? But, you know, with the real world being so heavily involved with the NIL now, it wouldn't come down to just like, oh, hey, you guys are building something there, let me come there. Maybe back in the day it would be a little bit more of that situation. Not saying that there's not guys out there and high-profile talents out there that don't do that. It's just a lot more difficult to find those type of guys, right? I think if we could make the money work, I know NIL is not quite in the game, and I don't know how they're going to handle that in future games, but that will be a more difficult process if that system is introduced to college football over the next couple years. 4th and 9, they got to settle for a field goal. We actually had a good jump, too. Fuck. I messed up my fucking R2 hit. Clark Glover actually got off the ball really quick and got into the animation, and I thought we were going to have a possibility of getting there, but fucked up the R2 push. We're going to let that one bounce and take it out at the 25. So our offense will have another drive. Please Turner be back in the game. Thank the fucking Lord. I'm actually going to fucking sub you out right now, though. We're going to put Barbie back in. Pringle's fucking hurt. I got to put Montgomery in, unfortunately. Just straight downhill. Jesus, that fucking corner can't... Either that corner or safety, Javon Thomas. He fucking flew down the fucking backside. Made that play, 2nd and 9. Going to drop back to pass. DeMarcus Lacey's open. That ball was kind of floated. The defender not able to knock it away. But still a 5-yard reception. Going to go slot option here. I'm going to be honest, Ben Turner. You're probably not seeing the ball on this fucking play. Going against Texas. Just being real about that. They got fucking speed. We're not going against fucking Sunbelt Conference, players that sometimes don't have speed. Texas has speed. We're not going to be able to throw that. Trying to get it out to Payne. Oh, my God. Thank God Montgomery locked that dude up after the fact, because he would have just stood there and just caught it. Let's go halfback counter here on 2nd and 10. See what we can get done here. I know they're going to really focus in on stopping the run. Barbie getting 5-6 there. Not a bad little chunk play. I'm going to go tight end angle here, something that's worked for us in the past. I don't trust these out routes against corners that are going to have speed and play recognition. Naheem Hughes open underneath. He's going to have a catch and run and up to the 44 in Texas territory. And Sarkisian just fucking came up and kicked Naheem Hughes in the ass. You guys got to throw him out of the game for that shit. 1st and 10. Going to go this goal line fork play. Turner underneath on the slant. He's going to catch, get upfield, and he'll pick up another 1st and 10 now. And with our offensive line already having 3 different backups in, that does kind of put a limit on what we're going to be able to really do in terms of pass protection. I don't think we were the best pass protecting team. I know the stats say otherwise, but it definitely felt like we were constantly under pressure during the season. So I don't know how much we're going to be able to just straight drop and hold the ball. And yeah, that's already a show. Granted, I think that's more just the offensive line not picking up the right assignments rather than them just losing. But still, that's still pass protection, so you still got to factor those things in. Hughes is going to be on the zig. Lacey underneath. Hold on to that one. He does. Up to the 28. If it was like 4th and 3, I could see ourselves going for it. But with it being 4th and 6, I think that's just too tough of a situation to put the offense in. I think we just got to take our 3. Oh, fuck. 1st and 10 at the 28 now. And they are going to have it. And they're going to run just a simple, look like stick type play. 2nd and 2 now. Really don't want to drop Harsh. I'd rather drop Clayton here. I know that's to their 2 receiver set, but they're going to run an RPO out that way. Clayton can't get off his block. Kershaw having to come down trying to make the play. Clark able to help him out. That's 100 yards for Arch Manning. I think we're going to have to trust the pass game a little bit more too. I think we're just going to have to. I think we're just going to have to let Fox rip it a couple times. There is Clayton getting it done. He'll have a sack. So he'll continue to add to his statistical season. That is one thing I do appreciate about college statistics, is that it does include postseason play. I think that's fucking awesome. I know why the NFL doesn't do it, right? For teams like the Patriots, it would increase a lot of their players and stuff. And it's not even against the Patriots. It's just more you don't want to reward teams just for making the playoffs. But even in bowl games, it counts those stats. It counts all the stats across bowl games, championships, playoffs, stuff like that. I think that's an awesome thing that college football does, is it allows those players to increase their stats even more. 4th and 15, though, they're going to punt the football back. Lacey's going to have to return this one as it is inside the 20, but not deep enough where I think it would be a touchback. We do have one play until the 2-minute timeout, and I do kind of want to try to hit something. I'm going to go 5 wide here, and I'm going to say you're going to have to come stop us. We're going to shallow Y cross here. I'm going to have Hughes run an out. What happened to the speed outs, by the way? I missed the speed outs. The speed outs worked so well. Granted, they might have worked almost too well, but still. Fox... There's no fucking way we just did that. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way that defensive tackle just kept up with Fox. Hit him as he was throwing, and it found the defender. Let's go halfback slip screen, but let's get Turner back in after this play. See if Barbie can get anything done with this offensive line out in front of him. He gets a couple good blocks there. Barbie spinning back inside up to the 40 and up to the 42. 1st and 10, and we have ourselves a drive. Looking Lacey across the middle. We can definitely hit Turner as well late. Can look Payne. I'm going to hit Turner. He's open by himself. Step out of bounds. Up to the 50 we go. 2nd and 2 now. 2nd and 2 with 1:29 to play. Turner finds the hole. Able to exploit it. He has 5 for 25. So not as explosive as some of the games we've come to be accustomed with. But still, it is a much better defense. So we're not always going to be able to see those. Lacey, we're giving him a chance too, and he comes up with a big catch there. Big clutch possession catch. I'm going to go 24 open. We do have a minute to play. We still have all 3 timeouts, so we definitely can run the football here when we feel like we need to. Turner, big run there. He gets up to the 19. We'll hurry back to the line now. We'll go PA flood here. If Irving's... Let's flip it. I like Payne a little bit more on this one. Payne's open. Come down with it. He does. 2nd and inches and out of bounds. That's the fucking plays that we need from some of our better players. From guys like Toby Payne. From DeMarcus Lacey. From Turner. Both Turners, actually. Ben and AJ. I'm going to hurry back to the line here. I'm going to go mesh spot here. Looking Payne, McGrew, or Irving right away. Payne's open. He has the 1st down. We'll hurry back to the line. The clock won't start running until we get set, until the ball is set. So 19 seconds here. 17. Stevens is open. Catch. Turn up field. Down to the 5. Going to call our first timeout with just 11 seconds remaining. We don't want to leave them any time to really do anything if we do end up scoring here. We do have to think about centering the football as well if we can't score. Payne is open, though. Toby Payne gets it done. On the biggest stage, coming up with 2 big catches on that drive. 4 catches for 20 yards and a touchdown. And we could be looking at a tie game heading into halftime. Darren Proctor, PAT is up and good. 10 plays, 76 yards, and a touchdown. So Arch Manning will take a knee and send us into the half. 10-10 ball game here down in Texas. And we have ourselves a ball game. You take away that bad interception on that rollout, we're looking like a very good team. We're dominating. Well, not dominating. We have 2 more minutes of time possession. We have 72 more yards. They have the turnover that gave them the score. Just got to play better. I think if we can play just a little bit better. Okay, I thought it was that big fat-ass defensive tackle that kept up with us. Yeah, see how it just literally floated into Fano's hands? That's why I was mad. With our backup offensive line having to be out there so much, not bad, all things considered. We do get the ball to start the second half as well. So we have a chance to go down and put some more points on the board immediately, put Texas in a situation where they're having to respond. And I think that's where our offense shines brightest at and where our defense even shines brightest at, right? When we take the ability to run the football away from teams, and then we also include us having the lead, I think it puts us in even better situations. Turner up the middle, and he'll pick up 6 there. Don't get me wrong, I would love for him to break off a couple big ones and just have a fantastic day, but I know that's not realistic against a team that has speed, has the toughness, has NFL level guys on their defense. I know that's not always going to be possible. 3rd and inches now. We're going to go wide zone weak here. We're also going to pull Turner off the field after this play, put Quinn in. They're not bringing the super heavy box, so as long as everybody sticks up on their guys, Turner with another big run. 10 for 57. So a little under his yards per carry on the season, but still a good game against a much, much more talented program. we had Payne on that fucking corner. I just realized. I realized 17 that fucking safety on the back end wasn't moving. I just now I realized that as I was throwing that football. Turner on the out route. Ben Turner, big catch there. Good route runner and gets it done. 1st and 10 up to the 47 now. Like I said, we just got to continue to run the football effectively. Not saying big run after big run, just effectively 4 or 5 yards a carry. Gets it done. Anthony Quinn, 5 for 24 on the day for himself. I'm going to have Irving come across on a drag or a return route. That could work too. Whenever he decides to run, fuck it at this point. Irving across the middle. He'll have his third reception on the year. He'll pick up a first down for us. Going to go PA boot out to this left side. McGrew's the main option. Looking Payne and Lacey late if we can. McGrew's kind of open. I'm just going to dump it to him. Pick up some yards there. Gets us 2, right? That's a productive play. I know that's not the yardage that we want, but it's still a productive gain for us. 2nd and 8 now. Going to drop back. Turner on that in route. He holds on to that one. Texas sent a blitz, and we threw it right where the blitz came from, and it gets made. Hughes one-on-one here is tempting, but that corner's playing off man. No, it's off zone. Fox is going to scramble. I'm just going to throw it away. Not really a whole ton of people open there. Not anything I really loved, so just going to throw it away and just call it a day. I don't really want to run crack toss with him. I'm just going to go... Okay, I guess we're just going to stick with crack toss. Anthony Quinn to the short side. No speed. Fuck. Anthony Quinn is now injured. He has severe wear and tear. We have our fullback in the game trying to run a screen pass. Get Barbie or Turner out there. Jesus Christ. Gonna drop back, trying to find something. And that D-line just came really fast. They came all up in our holes. We didn't push it hard enough. Oh my god. This is how this game's gonna go. Proctor has missed 2 fucking field goals. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking die. If we lose by 6 points, I'm gonna fucking go stab somebody on the sideline. If we lose this game, by the way, I'm going to personally go fight as many Texas fans as I possibly can. And that's just one thing for certain. 1st and 10 at the 28. Waiting for this offense explosion from Texas. CJ Baxter, big run there. Finds 2 different holes and exploits them. I'm doing it on purpose at this point. 2nd and 3. Going to cover up the tight end. There's a slant coming in behind us. Would rather give up the tight end. Kershaw! Pick! Arch Manning's a bitch! 1st and 10 at the 46. And we have the ball back, so we get our turnover back. We don't quite put up points off of it, or at least points from it, but we do get the ball back. Quinn, downhill. He looks faster when he has 79 speed. What is that? I didn't even realize it was fucking Quinn. I thought we subbed his ass out. Get him off the fucking field, please. 2nd and 2. Quinn, stretch play, can't get it done. There's the 79 speed. Gonna go red zone scissors here. Looking Payne and Turner immediately. Lacey could be something late. I don't love Payne, but I do love Turner. He holds on, and that's a first. Ben Turner is just going to have sure hands today. He's going to get hit so many fucking times. 1st and 10. Hughes could be an option on this quick out. They kind of jump it. Payne is open, though. Payne, the defender, doesn't react. And Toby Payne with another big gain. Going to go PAFL stretch. I don't love this play, but could be something if Payne gets matched up one-on-one. Toby Payne, if it's a good ball, can't haul it in. 2nd and 10. Going to go halfback slam here. Get Turner back involved in this offense. 2nd and 10. Everybody downhill. Good block there from the left guard. And Turner with 8. Up to the 17 we go. Going to go halfback stretch here. I'm going to go to the left side. They're favoring that right side just a little bit more. So we're going to run to the left. Run to the left. Turner. Irving. Good block. And Turner in. From 17. A.J. Turner gets in. Good blocking from both the left guard and Quincy Irving. Getting it done. We'll take a 17-10 lead. here late in the third quarter. Going to go cover 3 cloud here. Arch Manning made a mistake on the last drive. How will he respond? At the 14. Calling some stuff out, sending a guy in motion. They're going to hit the guy that they sent in motion. Did he touch out of bounds? I think he touched out of bounds. I think that's what the flag is for. There's no way it's anything else. I don't think I hit anybody. So yeah, he stepped out of bounds on his motion when he went to go do his motion and come back in towards the middle part of the field. So we'll get a free loss of downs, 2nd and 10. We'll hop on Harris. Still at the 14. Arch Manning needs to prove that he is a quarterback for the NFL. Baxter can't get anything done. Only 5 there. Going to go cover 1 robber press. I'm going to bring Kershaw down. Actually, with them fucking going 5 wide here, I'm going to drop in a zone. Cover up this middle part of the field. Kershaw! And Arch Manning airmails it. Davion Kershaw already with a pick on the day in coverage, but that ball was never going to be completed to that receiver. We're going to go straight downhill with a fullback in McGrew. 1st and 10 at the 43. Just got to continue to run the football effectively. Mawai needs to have a better block there, and I do need to take Riggs out now that I remember it. Ellis is apparently able to play again, so we're going to put him at right guard. We'll just leave Folk in at center. 2nd and 8, going to go to the left here. Turner bounces it. Spin move. Doesn't get it done. Justice Terry. I think that's because it's Justus. So I'm going to say Justice Terry there. 3rd and 3. Need something here. Turner on the out route. No, knocked away by the defender. 4th and 3 now. I honestly think it's go for it territory. 4th and 3 at midfield. Yeah, if we turn the ball over here, kind of a bad situation, but it's all about taking risks right now. Turner, we can't get the ball to him. I was waiting to see what that linebacker did, if he was going to bite more on Payne or Turner, and he bit on Payne late, and we just didn't have the time to throw. 1st and 10 at the 49. Going to drop into some cover 1 instead of a double man up. They're going to fake pop pass, play action, dump it off to the running back. Clark can't get there. Holmes can't bring him down. You already had the 1st down, dumbass. Don't got to fucking reach for it. 1st and 10. And let's see if they do decide to take this to the half. To the quarter. Yes, Arch Manning will just take it to the quarter. Down 7 here. Well, they're down 7. We're up. Can Marshall upset Texas at their home stadium? That is the big thing right now. 8 third down conversions. Over 9 more minutes time in possession. After the half, they only held the ball for an extra minute and 30 seconds. That is crazy. We held it for a little over 8 minutes. 1st and 10 at the 37. They're going to dump it off on a screen pass. C.J. Baxter can't get anything going there. Holmes and Harris in coverage. Going to go cover 3 here. 2nd and 8 at the 35. 9 minutes to play in this 4th quarter. But Texas is looking calm right now. Kershaw coming down, making the tackle, and he does. Only a yard given up to Devon McCunn. I think that's how you said it. It's like Mick and then C-U-N-N. And there he is again. He has speed, and he's going to the end zone. That is unfortunate. Fuck me. 17-7. 17-17. Going to go deep curl. We're still going to keep the ball in the hands of A.J. Fox and A.J. Turner, but I think a pass play to open up this drive could do some good for us. DeMarcus Lacey across the middle. And it gets knocked away by a very athletic play by this corner there. And we're going to run a wham play. I don't know how well Toby Payne's going to match up against this D-tackle, but we're going to have to try. We end up blocking him off rip. Turner downhill. He'll pick up 5. We'll go Z-spot here. So it does look like they did put Ellis back at center and push Falk back out to guard, which might be good for us, I guess. I just know in those substitution screens it's sometimes funky trying to move guys through different positions. So was not too worried about it. We're going to go mountain halfback stretch after that 1st down catch. Going to bring Stevens over. Texas really loading the box now. Too bad we don't have a whole ton of speed on the outside, or we can maybe move to a different play. And Turner going to be stopped in the backfield for a 4-yard loss now behind the chains. Going to go halfback slip screen, but we're also going to bring Barbie in on the next play. Quinn looks like he's down and out. So we're down to 2 backs. Turner, big catch there. Good blocking. Good blocking from the O-line. Turner all the way up to the 28. 1st and 10, and this crowd has quieted down quite a bit. Was looking Sharon White immediately. Can't get the ball out. 2nd and 10. Going to go PAZ spot here. I'm going to have Irving run a drag again, hopefully. 2nd and 10. Got to keep the offense moving in the correct direction. That's the main thing right now. Toby Payne is one-on-one. I'm going to give him another opportunity. Can't haul it in. 3rd and 10. I don't really want to run the ball here, but we've had plays break open for 10-plus yards. It's going to give the offensive line a chance. And there's Barbie! Barbie with a big play! He was so late to switching the ball into his left arm that we couldn't get the stiff arm out. I'm going to have Lacey just run a guaranteed slant here. I'm going to have Turner run his... Nope. Can I have him run a zig? Please? Thank you. Turner. Ben Turner. Down to the 3. 2nd and goal. We got to put a touchdown on the board here. We have 3 plays to do it. We got to do it. Fox is feeling it, though. I will say that much. AJ Fox is very much feeling his wear and tear right now. Barbie, and they shoot the gap. And there is 3 or 4 injured players on the play. Jesus Christ. Gonna drop back. Trying to find something. Payne over the middle. He has the catch, but it's now 4th and 1 at the goal line. I gotta go for it. I gotta stick to what we've done. And what we've done is go for it in these situations. I don't think there's any way I can fucking live with myself if we decide to chicken out now. 4th and goal. Trying to find somebody. It's picked off. Fox doesn't have the speed, and nobody does. Oh my god. This game is cheating me out of a victory. So I'm going to walk you guys through something real quick. I saw that Turner was wide open. My biggest fear was that if I snapped it, I guess you guys can't see my hand, but if I snapped it and threw it immediately, that the slot corner that we're kind of staring at here would jump it and use some super athleticism to jump it. I knew I should have just sent him on a smoke screen and just tossed it out there and hoped for the best, but I just didn't trust it. So when Lacey sits here, that's when I'm throwing it, because I didn't really even look at Payne, to be fair. Turner and Naheem Hughes were kind of non-factors on this play. It was just to get 2 defenders away from the line of scrimmage. So my main look was like, I'm going to throw it to Turner, but then I realized I think it's going to get jumped. So I was like, I'm going to wait for Lacey or Payne. And with this backer coming, I kind of immediately looked towards Lacey. And when I threw it, defender jumps, and guy just catches it. No speed on our back end, able to get there, unfortunately. If we do lose this game, it's going to come down to having 2 pick sixes against us. Granted, both of them kind of aren't our fault. 2 very good plays by the defense. More about AJ Fox than it's less about AJ Fox and more about them just making really good plays, unfortunately. Going to go inside zone with 4 minutes to play, though. It does put us into a tough situation of how much of our offense can we continue to sit here and run, and how much of it are we going to have to kind of start forcing some shit. Barbie now out again. Good thing we subbed Turner in permanently, hopefully. Going to go smash here. I'm going to have Lacey run a slant. I don't need him sitting on a curl. Lacey is open. I'm going to throw it. There's no fucking words for this shit. There's literally none. Literally no fucking words for this. I know Fox throws it off his back foot. Lacey has it. And for some reason the animation, even though it's in his chest. For some reason, he gets hit where the ball was, and the ball goes up and over, and safety catches it. Offensive linemen don't really react. Not enough speed either. Nobody gets there. That's 3 pick sixes, and none of them are fucking Fox's fault. Literally none of them. I mean, the first one, I guess you could maybe complain at him on. The second one is kind of like, you know, it wasn't realistic in any stretch of the imagination. The ball just, like, drops into the hands of a defender, and then we just don't have the speed to catch him. And then that one is just, like, a weird animation, gives the ball a weird bounce, and defender has it, and we still don't have speed to go catch a guy at that caliber. 1st and 10, looking, Hughes across the middle. He has it. 1st and 10 at the 41. I'm going to go slot under here. With 3:30 to play, we need a score, and we need to do it fast at this point. Dropping back, Turner across the middle. He holds on at least. We'll go slip screen here and run one of these out there real quick. Something we've hit previously for pretty big gains. Dump it off to Turner, but the defender's there. Able to slow him up. Texas able to rally. 2nd and 3 now. I'm going to go slot post here. I'm going to have Turner just running in. Lacey, those backers kind of play aggressive. Turner here again. I'm going to get him out of bounds, though. Try to save as much of this clock as possible. Got to save our 3 timeouts so that we can hopefully have a chance, if we don't get the onside kick, to do something. They're going to play prevent, basically. Bunch of fucking pussies. You're scared of Marshall? Really? Payne over the middle. We do have the 2-minute warning, so that will stop the clock. But we got to go down and score twice. And it's not even us really not converting, right? That 4th down really sucks that we didn't convert both the 4th and 1 and then the 4th and 3 at midfield. But those aren't killers. Us making those coaching decisions isn't what killed us. It's the picks. It's mainly the 6s off the picks, right? If he picks it and we tackle him down at the 1 of their territory or even the 2, you know, that's a much better situation than what we were in. Fox just having to get rid of it, and he's probably going to have to come off the field soon. He's going to be feeling it. We've had to throw the ball 45 times, by the way. 2nd and 10 at the 22, minute 32 to play. Fox scrambling, has to get rid of it. This is 4-down territory. We're down by 14. And, you know, if we convert those 2 field goals as well, then it's an 8-point game. We only need 1 score and a 2-point conversion instead. There's a lot of things that happened that I wish we could have back at this point. Not one single thing killed us, not like one particular drive. And Fox airmails it over Lacey. It's just a multitude of things that happened throughout this game, which is unfortunate to say the least. I'm going to fuck. I tried making another change, and I pushed X too fast, and it snapped the ball. So now we really have to count on our defense, and we really, you know, the thing I was worried about was the defense. How well were they going to be able to stop Texas's offense, and they've let up 10 points. Our offense has given them 21. So, not at all the defense's fault. They should be holding their head high right now. But after that run, it's kind of over, right? I wouldn't have any enthusiasm either as a defense having to go back out there. Basically being like, we did our job all game. The part of our team that has played good all season just threw the game away. I would be kind of no momentum either. I would kind of be like, I don't even know what to say at this point. I don't think this is a bad indication of what we are or what we did this season, but this definitely does not help. Clark gets there, but them going to be able to waste as much time as they're going to, and if they can hit this field goal, he's going to be automatic because it's, 57? Yeah, he's going to be automatic. And that officially puts the game out of reach. That That blows. The score doesn't show the whole story of this game. Considering that we were up 17-10, I understand they were a good team and we were expecting them to put up something, but this does not show the full story of the game. It does suck. We'll build from this, but I don't think in any way, shape, or form this shows the true story of the game. It doesn't. If I could have one redo over and if I could sit here and re-record this video, I absolutely 100% would. But I'm not that type of dude to sit here and fucking restart a game because late in the game we were getting fucked. Because who knows if we would even get off to a start like that at the next try. So I hope this doesn't hurt our standings with some recruits. I hope this doesn't influence guys not to come here. They put up 20 points on offense, and so I don't think this was a coaching thing. I don't think this was our players not playing up to their fullest. I don't think it was a lot of that stuff. Let's be honest, it was some of the game screwing us, but also just not having speed, not having a deep threat, not having certain, a level of players, I would say. But I think if we run that game back, I think we could win 2 or 3 of them, and I think that was one of them. When they have, what was that, probably 170 yards worth of interception returns. Yeah, they had 144 yards in returns and 3 touchdowns off those 3 interceptions, and those were their only turnovers besides, a 4th down turnover and a missed field goal and stuff. Yeah, it sucks. It really does suck the way this game ended. It sucks the way everything happened. It did. Not much I can say there. Did we get away from our game? Were we throwing the ball a little bit too much? Probably. Does it suck that we lost 3, even 4 offensive linemen at some times, and the only starter I think was Mawai at the end of the game? Yeah, it absolutely does, right? We lost Ramil and Ellis basically on the first drive. We then lost, I think we lost Pringle later, and then Roski had to come in as well, and Montgomery and Falk had to come in, and then at the end we lost Ellis again, and we lost Riggs, so we had to go to Dudley and Falk, and Falk, don't get me wrong, is probably a starter, or at least the closest thing you can be to a starter besides being a starter, because we had better players on the team. So, that sucks. So I'm not going to hold that against him. I think the offensive line played well. I think the running backs played really well. I think the receivers, with the situation that they were put in, them not being the most athletic guys and stuff like that, I think there definitely could have been better play calls. I think we shouldn't have taken so many shots towards Toby Payne because they do have good defenders on the back end. But none of those plays, super negatively impacted us. Yes, some of them forced us into a 3rd and 10 or a 4th down or whatever. But I don't think... I genuinely believe, without breaking the realm of, pretending to be an NCAA head coach right now and pretending this is real life, I think the game kind of fucked us. Being 100% fair and honest. I don't know how many of the interceptions it's going to show me. But, so the first one was in quarter 2. There's Toby Payne's. Logan Fano's interception. It's tough. Fox put us in a bad situation, him rolling out like this. But when the ball is literally just floating there and the defender is able to react and pick it off like that, not much you can do. I won't say this play killed us, because later we do end up tying the game, and later we end up taking the lead and being up 17-10 heading into the 4th. So that's not a backbreaker. I can live with that one. Texas goes down and scores. We have it at the 1-yard line, can't punch it in right away. Going for it on 4th down because it's go for it opportunity, and the big D tackle swats it and it drops right into his hands is kind of wild, right? I think that's the most wild thing is the def. So let me just play this at full speed, right? He just stops moving when the defender jumps up and knocks it down. Like, yes, he's kind of running into the offensive lineman and not being able to move, but literally just stops moving, grabs the ball, takes it back. Jonah Williams, this is another animation. Yes, I threw it off. Yes, Fox threw it off his back foot, but it's still a good ball. DeMarcus Lacey has it in his hands. It's in his chest at mid-chest height, and the defender doesn't like if the defender came in and hit him at the hip, right, and it popped up, that's a different story, right? I can live with that one a lot more, right? I can live with this one and the first one. But the fact that it's here and the defender hits him where the ball is, the ball would shoot out that way. By the way. It would go that way. So that's my main problem, right? Is the way the ball is bouncing, and I know some coaches like to use the analogy of, the ball didn't bounce our way, the ball didn't fall our way, whatever. That's where I have a problem. And then the fact that we have Lacey get up, doesn't realize what's going on. We have one of our offensive linemen get up, doesn't realize what's going on. And then Mawai's the only guy even putting up an effort, and then we just don't have speed anywhere else to really chase him down. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think 9 times out of 10 in that situation where, it's a tie game going into the fourth, we're driving. I think as long as those balls don't fall the way they do, I think we win it. Just personally. But you live and you learn, and you just got to live with it, unfortunately. They were the better team, both on paper and in this game, apparently. This is going to sting. I know it's only the second year of this program, but this is going to sting for a very long time. We just got to play better next time and not put ourselves in that situation, I guess, too, is the main takeaway. Other than that, I don't know what else to say. See you guys in the offseason. I'm just going to end it here. Fuck it. Yeah, see you guys in the offseason. I'll see you guys when we get to the recruiting phase and all that fun shit. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.